Hello, I am Peter Heilman, Executive Director of Christian Legal Clinics of Philadelphia. This video is designed to orient attorneys who want to volunteer at one of our free Christian legal aid clinics. We hope that by watching it, you will be better prepared to be a clinic attorney. We will go over the best practices we have learned over the years to give you and the client the best possible experience. We will be going over the purpose of our legal ministry, how to conduct a typical consultation, the paperwork that will be in the file, the resources that are available to you on our website, some issues you may have to deal with, and what possible outcomes may be. Why do we do this? Every day we see people who are denied justice simply because they can't afford an attorney. We see that poverty is caused, in part, by unaddressed or unresolved legal problems. We see people denied jobs because of criminal arrests that could be expunged. We see assets tied up because a relative died without a will. We can help and we want to help. We want to do our part to fight injustice and poverty. We do this because of our faith, because we feel called by Jesus to use our legal gifts to bless others. We honor our clients by seeing the Jesus in them. We join forces with our Lord, who defends the poor and needy. Our clinics are embedded in existing Christian ministries with long-standing reputations for loving those in inner-city neighborhoods. This is their clinic. We are meeting with their people, and we follow their lead. They will be there to care for the client the next week and the next month. They make this ministry work. We are one of over 100 similar Christian legal aid clinics across the country who have been doing this work since the 1960s. We have learned from them how to best serve our clients. We bring teams of attorneys to places where their legal resources are needed most. We seek to offer clients help and hope, not just legal help, but also hope that goes beyond their legal situation. This is a ministry which partners with other ministries in the neighborhood to provide holistic care for our clients. Our attorneys are solo practitioners or from big firms. They work in Center City or in the suburbs. They are from all areas of practice, litigators, or patent lawyers. It is our job to set you up with the tools you need to do your job on clinic night so that you just need to show up. We ask that you commit to be part of a clinic team that meets once a month for 3 to 4 hours a night. Bring a laptop if you can. Dress like a lawyer. And be prayerful. These are divine appointments and you need to be prepared spiritually. Come 15 minutes early for a time of team prayer and preparation. Our clients come from the neighborhoods where your clinic is located. Many have had no experience with lawyers or the legal system, or if they have had experience, it's been a bad one. It's important that we build trust. We offer clients a free 1-hour consultation with an attorney. Our clinics are open to all types of legal issues and function like triage at an emergent care facility. Clients will be greeted warmly by our host coordinator, someone who lives in the neighborhood. They will fill out an intake sheet, an authorization, and a follow-up card if they want spiritual or other follow-up. They also will be given a Help and Hope folder to keep their paperwork in and which has helpful resources. When intake is completed, we look at the client's file and assign the matter to one or more of our volunteers. We ask that you take a minute and look at the forms. You may want to do some quick research on our online desk manual, which has primers on family law, landlord-tenant law, and other areas that may come up at clinic. and also has lists of referral attorneys and other contacts such as court locations and other helpful information. The file will have an interview form for you to take notes and a discharge summary for you to write down your advice. Greetings are important. We ask that you go to the reception area and greet the client. Say, "Mr. Jones, I am attorney Peter Heilman. I'll be meeting with you today," and walk them back to your office. If they have other people with them, or if you have other volunteers who will be part of the consultation, introduce them as well. Address them by name. Thank them for coming. Make sure they have a place to sit. How you treat them at the beginning goes a long way to overcoming the obstacles between you and them. Ask them how they heard of Legal Clinic. We sometimes have a law student or other non-lawyer volunteer sit in on the consultation. Explain that typically an attorney would meet one-on-one with the client and make certain all information is kept confidential. Explain that the non-lawyer volunteer has signed an agreement not to share any information that comes up during the consultation. Make sure that it's okay with them that this other person sit in on the consultation. We'd like to start with prayer. Ask the client if it's okay that we pray before beginning the consultation. Pray a short prayer asking for wisdom and understanding. We found that it changes the tone of the meeting and gets things off to a good start. You may want to ask the non-lawyer volunteer to play this role. Before you begin, go over the paperwork with them. If they haven't filled certain parts out or signed the forms, ask that they do so, especially the income information. Explain that this is a Christian ministry for people who cannot afford counsel and that you and the other lawyers are here as volunteers. Explain that we offer a free 1-hour, one-time consultation. Make clear that you cannot guarantee that you will handle their case or that we will be able to locate a free attorney for them. This way you can deal with their expectation up front. Explain that the authorization they have signed gives you permission to speak about their case with others on our team who are trying to help them, especially in the event we are trying to locate a referral attorney for them. Ask them to explain why they came to clinic. Ask that they describe their legal issue. Listen. Clients really appreciate that someone cares enough simply to listen to them, particularly a lawyer. Be patient. Take your time. Ask questions. Ask what they have done so far. Ask if they have had counsel. Make sure they have brought all the necessary paperwork. Check for upcoming hearing dates or filing deadlines. Take notes on the interview form or on additional pages of your legal pad. Write legibly so we know what happened. We put the information you give us into our online case management program in the event further work needs to be done on the file. Help them identify their legal issue. If they've come with more than one issue, ask them to pick the one that is most important. They may need to make an appointment to address secondary issues. Give advice. At this point, suggest that they take notes and point out that in their Help and Hope folder there is a My Plan paper for that purpose. This is when they should be listening to you. Speak so that they understand you. Start with their level of understanding and try to build from there. Tell them you are going to work on this together. Write out your advice on the discharge summary. Put down there what they should do and what you have agreed to do for them. Make sure they understand it. Perhaps ask them to repeat what you have said. There are a number of different outcomes from these consultations. Much of what we do could be called pro se coaching. Tell them that they can handle their case themselves, and this is what you suggest that they do. You may help them complete forms or tell them what to bring to their next hearing, or what they should say or not say in court. 85% of all litigants in Philadelphia Family Court are unrepresented. You may offer to make a phone call or write a letter for them. This can be very empowering for them. Or you may take the case yourself. This is a self-referral. If they have a valid case and qualify based on their income, let them know that we will try to find a referral attorney on our team that will handle their case. We have panels from firms who handle pro bono referrals from our clinics, and we have some attorneys who will accept cases on a reduced rate or sliding scale basis. Don't ask us to refer a case or a client who you wouldn't want to handle yourself. Before we take a referral, we will get proof of income and will screen the case. If the matter involves a dispute, encourage them to consider mediation. We have certified mediators who have agreed to take on cases from our clinics at no charge. Be respectful. You may not be comfortable praying out loud or going into spiritual matters. That is fine. We will match you up with a volunteer who likes to do that. We don't push our faith on anyone. Our clients are of all faiths or of no faith. We do not have any set method of sharing the gospel, but we do want to be prepared as the Spirit leads to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. And we do this out of our own weakness. It's not like we know everything and the client knows nothing. Quite the reverse. How to transition to spiritual time. This is where you should ask if, before they leave, it would be okay if you prayed with them. Ask them what you can pray for. This is where, if you have made a connection with them, doors often open into their hearts and their lives. They are often very surprised to have a lawyer ask to pray. I've had clients break out in tears because of the heavy burdens they've been carrying. I've had others say no thanks, which is fine. Any spiritual discussion is completely optional. Try to share something personal from your own life. One of our attorneys, who is a grandmother, likes to say, "I'm a grandmother too, and I would do anything for my grandson." Ask them how they are doing. Ask if they are part of the church or if they are looking for one. Let them know there are other resources in the neighborhood you can connect them to. Point out the resources that are listed in their folder. We encourage you to come with something God has been doing in your own life. Bring some verse you feel would be helpful. Sometimes I'll say, "Do you know you can have Jesus as your lawyer?" And I'll take them to 1 John 2, which says that when we sin, and we all do, we have an advocate before the Father. Jesus takes our case before the judge, who was his Father, and he pardons us, paying the penalty that we deserve. Before you leave, let us know what happened. If there is a real injustice, or if the client needs spiritual follow-up, we want to know about it. Perhaps they are looking for a church home, or for help with substance abuse or other family issues. All clients should leave with a fully completed discharge summary where you have given them your name and contact number, written down your advice, and what their next steps are. Make a copy of that form and leave it in the file. If the client has brought papers that you will need, make copies and give them back their originals. If you want to take anything with you, make copies. Leave our file behind at clinic. Please give us complete information so that it can be inputted into our online case management system. Most clients really appreciate your help and advice. Others may not. We do sometimes attract difficult people who require extra grace and patience. This is where your attitude is important, and you may find your faith to be tested. You may not know anything about that practice area. Remember that, like an ER doctor, you are assessing their situation and trying to give them sound advice and direction, not doing surgery. Tell them you aren't an expert in that field, and you will need to check with someone else on the team. Don't hesitate to ask for help dealing with a difficult client. That is where we rely on the host ministry. You will see people who are very fearful or intimidated or very pushy, or who are used to getting the short end of the stick. They may take it out on you. They may not be educated. They may not speak English. You need to be very gentle, sensitive, and compassionate. You come to clinic less to get something done and more to make a connection with a client, to love them. We hope that you enjoy your time of service and find it to be rewarding for you. Your kids will enjoy hearing stories of the people you have met at Legal Clinic. Here are some books that you might want to consider reading. Thanks. Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. Your first visit to clinic, we will match you up with someone who can show you the ropes. We hope to see you soon.